I'm constantly getting asked the same questions time after time again. How do you do dropshipping? How do you make money with dropshipping? What are the shipping times for dropshipping? How do you manage a 7-figure empire dropshipping from the comfort of your home? So in today's video, I'm gonna break down the exact frequently asked questions that most dropshippers have coming into the business. I'm gonna share with you guys the answers and the wisdoms, knowledges that I have accumulated over these 5+ years of dropshipping. And for those that don't know who I am, my name is Marcus Lamb. I've done e-commerce over the last 5 years. I've scaled stores to millions of dollars. I started off scaling a winning product for low ticket dropshipping, and I scaled it up to $2 million. And because there were so many orders, because there were so many order fulfillments, and I just lost track of everything, I got into huge debt and I had to climb myself out of it through high ticket dropshipping. And thankfully, this business model saved my life and it could save yours. And I'm not trying to gas it up. It really works. It does take a lot of work, but in today's video, I'm gonna go and break down all of the frequently asked questions that you all have. It's time to unravel the secrets of dropshipping. Grab a seat, get some popcorn, and enjoy the show. Question number 1, how do you deal with delivery times? So when it comes to dropshipping, when it comes to business in general, fulfillment is a huge part of the business, and so is delivery of the product. So the traditional model of dropshipping is so that you go on Facebook and you sell to people that are on Facebook from products from AliExpress. What does that mean? It basically means that you find a product from China and then you sell it to the market, and people still do that today, right guys? Like, China is the leading manufacturer for the world. So it's normal that things come from China, but people don't like hearing that, and neither should your customers. So when it comes to delivery times, you could outsource and find products from China. What I like to do though, is I found the most success from dropshipping from the United States, because I'm from the US, and to find local suppliers, local brands that already have general buying demand, and I just had to connect their buyers with the brand, and I use United States suppliers. Makes my life a lot easier because the shipping delivery times go down from like 30 to 40 days all the way to 7 to 15 days. Like, that's a huge time. That's weeks, right? Sometimes there were cases where I had to sell an item and the products weren't even coming for months, and I was literally screwed because the supplier wasn't able to ship it fast enough. And I don't want you guys to go down that rabbit hole, which is why I adopted high ticket dropshipping, because you work with suppliers in your local area, in your local states, country, and you ship from the United States inside the United States, and it all works in parallel. Question number 2, how do you scale your business? So scaling, there are tons of ways to 10x your business. The first step to scaling your business is going to be increasing your ads budget. That's the most obvious one, right? The more money you spend on advertisement, more eyeballs, more traffic, more chances of sales, conversions. But the secret that I found for scaling profitably comes down to your back-end system. Now, if you don't know what back-end system is, your back-end system entails the back-end part of your business. Basically, the add to carts, the landing page. How well does your website look? Are you doing the proper follow-ups? How's your live chat? Do you have a 1-800 number? And you gotta put all of that in parallel. Giving the customer the best experience possible is what I found to really yield lots of long-term longevity results. Because if somebody buys from you one time, you already got them in the door. And most people's mindset is kind of like, let me just run ads and get sales, make lots of money, and then screw the customer after that. But if you move from a real business perspective, every client that comes in, you take care of them properly, well then they're gonna come back to buy from you time after time again. So the cost for a acquisition will be under the total lifetime value of your customer. Basically, the lifetime value of a customer, how much a customer is worth to you, will be superseding the cost of your acquisition, because they're gonna come back to buy from you again and again. It's word of mouth, it's referrals. So I found that, helping with the back end, like making sure your back end and your customer support experience is good, will help when it comes to scaling the ads. It like goes in between and goes in parallel with each other, but you have to find the right balance and manage a staff properly for your operations, and also know how to run your ads. Question number 3, what theme should I use for my Shopify store? So I recommend 3 different themes. Let's see if I can remember on the top of my head. Empire theme, warehouse theme, and the prestige theme. All 3 of these themes work good. They're really good premium themes on the Shopify store, and I highly recommend you guys go check those out. From then on, I would recommend playing and customizing it to that of your liking. And if you want to really go more advanced, you can also hire somebody from Upwork or Fiverr to help with the graphic design of your website. Question number 4, how to work with suppliers. So working with suppliers is a very important skill that you need to acquire, because your supplier ultimately controls the product. You know that product is king, and so whoever has the product is going to ultimately have more advantages for the business. So what I'm trying to say is, in order for you to find good suppliers, it means that you also need to be a good dealer, a good dropshipper. Meaning, what problem are you solving in the market really? Like, why would a supplier that has product go to you so that you could give it to customer? Why would a supplier want to help you make money so that you could get, the dropshipping customer? The reason why you need dealers or you need dropshippers is because we solve one big problem in the market, which is customer support and order fulfillment and the marketing. But the point is, if you solve the communication aspect between the manufacturer and the client, well then now, my friend, you have the solution to their problem. Because from a manufacturer's standpoint, they are just trying to push out the product and sell it to as many as possible. Your job is to do the marketing. Your job is to do the customer support, the repetitions to maintain good customer rapport with your clients. So if you go into the conversation with that mindset, it's like, I'm here to help you so that we can help each other and we could both make money. Well then now you see how I just came up with an amazing pitch? It's because it's supposed to work in favor with one another. That's why a supplier would want to work with you. It's because you come off as full of integrity, you come off as you understand the business, you come off as you're generally trying to make a difference inside the entrepreneurial world. You're not just here to make money. Of course you're here to make money, but as an entrepreneur, your main priority is problem solving. I say this to everybody all the time. If you are trying to make money, solve bigger problems. If you're not where you want to be financially, then you are not solving big enough problems, because your pocket, your paychecks, your payouts, they will inevitably increase through the problems in which you solve. For example, Elon Musk, he makes millions of dollars, billions, by solving the humans going into space. So just think about problem and solution. So what problem are we solving in the dropshipping space? We're solving the marketing and the customer support problem. Manufacturer has the product, and now you have a fine-tuned relationship, a partnership to work with, and that is how you go into supplier relationships. Going into it knowing that you have intention to close them, going in that you actually have a value proposition for them, and that is how you build a solidified relationship with your suppliers. Facebook ad strategy, CBO or ABO. So if you guys are new into the dropshipping world, what the hell does that mean? CBO stands for campaign budget optimization, and ABO stands for ad group optimization. Basically, ABO, you have more control. CBO, you let the algorithm dictate the control. So I don't know too much about Facebook because I use my main traffic source, which is Google, but it's the same process when it comes to manual bidding or automated bidding. Basically, you either get to control how much you're willing to pay for clicks, how much you're willing to control your ads, or you want to let the algorithm take control. I've tried both ways. I find that manual works best for yielding profitable results. Automated works, and I know people in the e-commerce game killing it with automated bidding, but I recommend manual bidding, AKA ABO. One product store or general store? That's a great question. So when I first started off, I went with the general store route, and there's no right or wrong answer to this. I think that's the cool continuum of it. Like, the answer to one product store or general store is based off of the product you're selling. So if you're selling a one product store, like if you have a one product store, you're selling one product, then that product better be a good product. That product better yield profitable results, because if not, then you should go and transition and keep on testing and building out a general store. What I personally recommend is to test using niche stores. I like to do general niche stores or hybrid stores. Basically what that means is, for example, inside the realm of home and garden, I could just think of it on top of my head. There are so many niches inside home and garden. So I'm not limiting myself to one particular product line. I'm going into one general niche and finding more niches in between. So let's just say, for example, grills, electric fireplaces, sauna therapy, home saunas. So all of these entail inside the home. And from then on, you just have to figure out and pickpocket which niche. When it comes to niche selection, I highly recommend finding niches that you have a affinity for, meaning you just have a little bit more relevance with it. You kind of like it a little bit more. It clicks to you. Like, for example, for me, it doesn't click for me to sell beauty products. And that's exactly why I first started off selling. I was selling beauty products. I have no idea how to sell beauty products. I have no idea who wants to buy beauty. I don't know nothing about beauty, but I try to sell it because I try to make money. And that was the complete wrong way. I highly don't recommend it. When you go into deciding whether you want to do a general store or a one product store, go with the one that yields profitable results. So the one that you could test more, and find a niche, find some product lines that you want to do. It might be just from one product. I've seen people make money from just one product, but I've also seen people make money from tons of products. And the name of the game is to have as much products in your arsenal as possible so you could deploy the marketing tactics, you could deploy all of your funnel strategies and make sales in between. So the next question is, if a dropshipper buys a product from AliExpress, why would the customer buy the same product for a higher price instead of just going to AliExpress and buying it themselves? So that's a great question. The number one reason is simply because some people, some customers just aren't aware of AliExpress. They don't know AliExpress, Alibaba, Taobao. They don't know that they could actually get these products for a lot cheaper price. Furthermore, they also just don't like the stigma of buying things from China. And when you are building out a dropshipping store, I'm pretty sure nobody in the dropshipping space advertises that their products are from China. So many times, from my experience, people don't know that the products come from China, which is exactly why they buy it. But when you want to run a long-term business, or how you build a long-term successful business, using AliExpress dropshipping is as follows. You want to go ahead and make sure that the product actually has demand, people actually buy it. But once you do get some sort of profit and some traction, some good momentum, then what you want to do is you want to buy those products in bulk. Then you want to store it in your own warehouse, and then you want to manage the logistics from there. And I've been there, I've done that. I've scaled stores to millions of dollars before, so I've played with this, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. So that's why I found high ticket dropshipping to work really well, because instead of finding products from China, AliExpress, I find manufacturers that have dropship friendly programs. If you go on Google right now and you search the keyword infinity massage chair, or if you search the keyword Napoleon grills, you're gonna find these suppliers out there, these manufacturers, all inside the United States, and they have dropship friendly programs. And that is why I highly encourage people, if you're trying to do dropshipping, look into high ticket dropshipping, because you don't have to suffer the long waiting times from China. You won't be misleading somebody, buying something from China, AliExpress, and shipping it to them. You're partnering and working and networking with real, legitimate United States suppliers. So why not? So the next question is, why are dropshippers charging more money when the customer could find it on Amazon or other platforms? So the answer to that, simple answer to that question, is in one word: branding. Might have heard that word before, you might have not. Branding basically is the image in which your brand upholds. It's the branding behind your product. It's the customer experience. That's what people pay you for. That's what people are buying your product at a premium for. If you deliver a good customer experience, and nobody talks about this in the dropshipping space, nobody actually talks about the fulfillment process, nobody talks about the buyer's journey and really how to retain customers to buy from you time after time again. But if you want the customer to pay you a premium, instead of finding the same product they could find private labeled on Amazon, or just buying the same product, it's your branding, it's your personal experience with the buyer's journey. It's the content that you put out. It's the feeling that you give to your brands. Like Nike, people associate Nike with premium sports apparel, or they associate Gucci and Louis Vuitton with premium. It's the journey, the experience, and all of that in between, marketing psychology for people to buy products from you at a premium. Question number 3, is dropshipping saturated? That's a great question, and a question that I have heard many times. People don't like saturation. People seem to shy away from saturation. I'm here to tell you right now, any business industry that you dive into, that you decide to go into, there's gonna be some form of saturation, more than not. Like, what niche out there is that untapped? Like, somebody somewhere has thought about it. The question is, how do you find a market that has not as much competition and you could actually dominate by having a competitive advantage? So when it comes to saturation, man, dropshipping has been here since 2016. But why are there only so many winners in dropshipping, and why are there so many losers? It's because dropshipping is not as simple as just find a product from China and sell it. Because in order to run a business, in order to run an empire, you need team, staff, operations, finances, accounting. You need all of that in place to manage it. What I'm trying to say is don't worry about saturation going in. You need to worry about what you think you could fit into. You need to think about what you could sell or what market has almost a evergreen market. So people are constantly buying. You know that there's buying demand, but which market of these can you tap into and actually outcompete others? How do you outcompete a saturated market? Simple. First, you need to make sure that everybody has the same pricing. Nobody wants the price undercut in the market. So you gotta make sure everybody has the same pricing. And from then on, it's gonna come down to your marketing. How well are you targeting and finding the right traffic, the right people to come onto your store? And furthermore, once you have this right traffic, how are you in terms of delivering your customer experience? How is your live chat setup? Do you have SMS setup, emails, everything in terms of backend and CRO? If you don't know what CRO is, conversion rate optimization. How are you presenting the product via your website, via your customer buying journey? And those are gonna be the factors to help differentiate yourself from a saturated market so that you can tap into any market and you'll be good. But the point is, dropshipping itself is not saturated. Even if everybody knows about low ticket dropshipping, finding products from China, high ticket dropshipping is still a blue ocean. Why? Because there's not many YouTube videos out there, which is why I'm making it. It's a blue ocean, not everybody knows about it, so you need to tap in ASAP. All right guys, so this comes to the conclusion of today's video. Obviously, there are lots of pros and cons when it comes to the business model. I think that there are pros and cons into everything. But hopefully you understand more about high ticket dropshipping, how it differs from low ticket dropshipping. Basically, you just sell items at a higher price point, so you have less customers to worry about. And low ticket, you have more customers to worry about at a lower price point. That's the real difference. And there's pros and cons to every business model when it comes to dropshipping. So I'll let you guys decide what you like and what you don't. Make sure that if you guys have any more questions, leave it down in the comments down below, and I'll DM you a free Notion guide on exactly how to get started with your e-commerce store, with your Shopify store, with high ticket dropshipping. And I'll also give you a bonus invite to my private Facebook community where we do weekly group coaching calls with me and my business partner, Trevor. We go live in depth, answer all of your questions. So go ahead and ask me all of your questions down below and I'll DM you guys all of the right links. Make sure if you find today's video valuable, you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want to see me close a sale in real time, check out this video over here. And if you guys want more information about high ticket dropshipping, check out the links that I have down below. Here's to your thriving dropshipping business in 2024. Cheers.